and welcome to the show that brings you showbiz news and entertainment out of Mzansi and the rest of the African Diaspora. You are, of course, tuned into Trendz with me, Refilwe Moiloa, live and direct from the SABC headquarters out here in Auckland Park, Johannesburg. Tweet us. We have a competition coming up a little bit later that you want to listen out for, but also you can just say, hey, and how are you doing? To the guests we have lined up for you today in studio, from fashionable ramp queens to a group of fellas that are blowing up music charts you certainly don't want to miss out. And our first story for today, all over social media right now, is reactions to the cast and, of course, congratulations to Ubaba Ngema on what was a nostalgic and fantastic opening night of the new 2017 All Reloaded Sarafina, the Broadway musical at the State Theatre out in Pretoria. So he was here some weeks ago before rehearsals got underway, and it seems all that was promised is exactly what the production is and more. Take a look at the remake of this classic film now on stage.
An all-new cast mixed with the old, fit for a musical resurrected from a play. Set in Morris Isaacson High School in Soweto, this master blockbuster depicts events of the 1976 Soweto uprisings, where students took up arms to protest against the use of Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. Sarafina was first written and directed by Ngema, who also wrote the book, music and lyrics with additional songs by Hugh Masekela.
I feel great, Sarafina is a classic South African production. Even 100 years from now, it will still be relevant. And for me, it's wonderful that young people of today who did not experience what we experienced can come and watch this history for themselves firsthand and get to understand where we come from as a country. It's an educational production. It's entertaining and educating. The idea of reviving Sarafina and bringing the new cast really was to celebrate 40 years of the 1976 Soweto uprising and also 30 years of Sarafina since I wrote it. So it's a great comeback for the production.
The songs in this musical are performed in the tradition of Mbaqanga fused with jazz, rhythm and blues. Ngema, who is an assistant director, explains what goes behind preparing for this production.
It's been very hectic. We had to put this production together in 4 weeks. We didn't really have time. If you can imagine, Sarafina, when we first started it, we rehearsed for 8 months, but this one we had only 4 weeks to put it together. We cannot all dance or sing, but we had to really train them vigorously. Our choreographers did a very good job, and in the singing, in the music department as well, teaching them notes, how to sing notes, but it came out very well in the end. We did auditions in Durban and Pretoria and also Johannesburg, and then after all of those, and then we did a final casting. It was hectic. It took about 2 months of doing auditions. And the musicians are like a standard band that Ngema always uses when he performs.
We spoke to 23-year-old Nokolo Dlamini, who plays the role of Sarafina.
It's fun. It's a lot of work, but it's really exciting. And I'm honored to be playing it. I was over the top, really. I told my family and I was like, we have to keep it a secret until it's final. But it was really, it just gave like a tick on the path of my career. So it was really lovely.
It has been exactly 31 years since Sarafina premiered in South Africa. The show will be at the State Theatre until May.
Nice one. Please do go out and watch Sarafina, the musical, at the State Theatre in Pretoria. Now, over in the UK, finally, close to 3 months later, the quintessential artist, Georgios Kyriakos Panayiotou, also known as George Michael, might be laid to rest soon. And I did say might. Now, speculation is mounting since his official death certificate was released. The pop star's official cause of death was recorded on the certificate registered by his sister and showed that a coroner decided an inquest was not required as when someone has died of unnatural causes. Of course, he was a legendary pop star, and so controversy is bound to feature with news that his longtime boyfriend is being shut out by the family. Yeah. But anyway, it is believed that his family is planning a traditional Greek Orthodox burial.
Have we no shame? They may chase me to the ends.
British singer George Michael died of natural causes, according to investigators on the case. The Wham frontman was found dead at his home near London on Christmas Day last year. He was just 53. Now a coroner says no foul play was involved. The death put down to dilated cardiomyopathy with a fatty liver. Those are conditions that stretch and weaken the heart muscle. Police had previously said that the cause of death was unexplained but not suspicious. All investigations into the death have now ceased. Michael was best known as one half of 1980s pop duo Wham, along with Andrew Ridgeley. He went on to score a string of worldwide hits as a solo artist.
Right, so the 26th of March 2017 will see our reigning Miss South Africa, Ntando Yenkosi Kunene, crown her successor at a glittering event in Sun City. I'm so delighted. She's here with me in studio today, right here, to tell us about the year and the amazing time that she's had as Miss South Africa. How are you, Ntando?
I'm good, Refilwe, and yourself?
Fantastic. And we were just saying the last time you were here, you were a nervous hopeful, standing over there, all of you guys making me look like a midget.
And secretly hoping that she does not pick me for a question.
yes. But congratulations. Of course, you know, we have featured you every once in a while on Trendz, but we haven't had you back in studio. So it is coming to a year where you wrap up. Tell us, what are you feeling? What's going on in your mind?
You know what, Refilwe, I'm so content with how the year has went for me. I have been living a childhood dream and I've impacted so many South Africans. I've worked on projects that are very close to my heart. And so this whole year has been one to always remember. I'll always talk about this year because that's when the year I made an impact in South Africa, where in 2016 I was Miss South Africa. And I'm proud of the things that I've done, and I'm proud of how I raised the South African flag internationally as well, going to Miss World and Miss Universe. Those experiences that no one can ever take away from you, and my reign was just amazing and it was exceptional. I've grown so much as a woman. When I came in, I was a young girl, and I'm going out as a young woman that is ready to take on the world.
Fantastic. Okay, I just want a bit of the lowdown on what happens when you guys are overseas. I mean, it is the modeling industry, it is pageantry, but now on an international, global scale. So are the other ladies friendly? Like, what happens?
You know what? A lot of people actually don't believe this, and I say it all the time though. The girls are really nice.
Are they?
I guess I'm lucky.
The ones that you met?
The ones that I have met at Miss World and Miss Universe. Exceptional girls that I still talk to today. We still have a WhatsApp group. Even the organizations as well, they still ask the requests for things, for interviews. What are you up to? So it's not like when you go there and you don't make it, they just leave you as is.
Fantastic. No, okay, so all the industry cattiness that generally, you know, is rife in the modeling industry, that doesn't feature because, of course, you know, competitions like Miss World, Miss South Africa, Miss, you know, all the international ones, they are of a different caliber.
They are.
Okay, talking about the projects that you have been involved in, just even last week, I think we had you at, is it the Smile Project? That was the most recent thing. But there's many things. It was the Miss World dress, there's a Take a Girl Child to Work project. Tell us, you know, which ones impacted you most, and what do young girls say when they see you? Are they like starstruck?
Yeah, they get starstruck. I was at a girls' school, the day before, I was in Bloemfontein at a girls' school judging a pageant there, and I met one girl. You know, sometimes I don't even know when a person comes up to me and I start crying. I don't even know what to say. I'm like, But when she talks to you and she tells you that, you know what, when I saw you crowning, I saw that, you know what, I could also be whatever it is that I wanted to be. And so again, when you look at the projects that I've done, the Celsi Take a Girl Child to Work, that is one project that is so close to my heart because I love young girls and I love them being ambitious and going out to make their dreams a reality. So when you work with closely with girls and you work with such companies that prioritize the development of a young girl, that for me is touching. That for me knows that it's not only about about them going out, but it's that untangible feeling that you give them to say, I can be whatever it is I want to be.
Sure.
So it's not even something they can touch. It's a feeling that you leave them with.
Fantastic.
It's a feeling of I can. And that's something you can't take away from anybody.
Very, very true. Will you still be carrying on with this kind of work in the coming year?
For me, charity work, it's not even charity work. It's a part of who I am.
Yeah.
I've been doing it before Miss South Africa, and I'll continue doing it because I love it. I love being with people. I love changing people's lives. And in that process, it also changes me as a person.
Yeah.
So I like that continuous work that I will be doing. And I'm just looking forward to the next project that I'm going to do. And, you know, as Miss South Africa as well, I did projects that I started off with.
Nice.
And continuing out of Miss South Africa, those are the projects that I still want to carry on with.
Lovely. And so 26th of March, are you, I don't know, I can just imagine, you know, what as a hopeful, you know, the ladies go through. And so you're now on the other side. What do you have to say? I mean, lovely finalists that have been announced. What are your words to them? What should they do? How do they avoid the ugly cry when that moment comes?
You know what? So if you're the ugly cry, you can't get away from it.
Really? Because that's the real one. That's the real one.
And the thing is, that picture lost you forever.
Yeah.
I tried to not cry.
Composure.
It didn't work. It did not work because you're in so much feelings at the moment.
Sure.
You just want to cry because you can't believe that they actually called your name.
Yes.
So to the finalists, it's all live in the moment. You know, just enjoy the moment for what it is. Don't look at what's going to happen in the next week. Will I get crowned? Yes, it's important, but enjoy the moment that you are in right now. You don't want to miss any of the moments that you're in right now. So take it in, take everything in, and just enjoy the process and just grow within the process and take everything in. Don't leave anything.
Sure. And you've obviously, you know, met the girls and, you know, had a relationship formed with them over the past, is it weeks or months? I'm not sure.
It has been months.
Months, yes. And I know I can't ask you who your favorites are, of course. But just, you know, regardless of where you are in life, there's always people who will inspire you, who you take something from, regardless of the fact that, you know, you are the queen, they're coming up, you know, behind you. So what are the kind of strengths that you see in this group for 2017 versus, you know, in your year and other years?
The caliber of girls this year is very strong. You find it's women that are already doing things. You know, it's girls that are already outside of school, girls that are already running their own businesses, girls that are already on television. So this kind of platform will actually just drastically jumpstart their career and say, this is what I want to do, because they no longer have school. You know, so the school part for now is over. They are now focusing on their businesses, they're focusing on their entrepreneurship and things like that. So it's women that are actually established and women that are doing well. So that also inspires me. I'm like, wow. When I entered, I just had finished with my honors and my waiting process was waiting during Miss South Africa. So it inspires me, and I'm sure many other South Africans out there that, you know what, you, as much as you have a goal, you don't just wait for it. You still do things around it and still pursue it.
Slowly, one foot forward every
one
time.
foot forward.
All right. And just to wrap up, I suppose, what are some of your biggest highlights? There's many. I'm sure
So
your
many.
camera, your phone book, everything is just, it's crazy. You've been a trendsetter, a jet setter. You've been everywhere. What are some of the most fondest and biggest memories you have?
I've got a couple of memories. I'll share some. I remember 2 days after I got crowned, I was still staying at the Maslow Hotel, and I got two girls that were downstairs waiting for me, and they sang a song for me. And that was amazing because the receptionist told me that they've been going in and out to ask, when am I coming down for dinner?
Nice.
And so they waited, they drew a picture of me, and I still have that. And not only that, you know, when you travel as well, I went to a daycare center in Philippines, Cape Town, with Sun International as well, where we worked with Stop Hunger campaign. Even that, I went to where 2-year-olds and 6-year-olds were there. It was the most amazing thing to see them not even bothered by what's happening around them. They're just about this now. And that, for me, I've had so many inspiring moments. I've got so many moments where I knew this was something I've always wanted to do, something that touches my heart. And so my reign has been a huge highlight, and all these little moments have made up to me being proud to say, on 2016, I was Miss South Africa, and I made the most of me being Miss South Africa.
Awesome. Thank you so very much, Ntando.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been fantastic to watch you grow and evolve and, transform into this beautiful butterfly. I'm sure we'll be hearing about lots more that you are busy with. Thank you so very much. And we'll see you looking awesome on the ramp on the 26th, but also, all the best to the finalists for this year.
Definitely.
All right. We're going to an ad break. Please do stay tuned. We're back after this.
Umphakathi wexwayiswa nga R200 imbumbulu. Kepha labanye bathi akusuye R200 kuphela lo inkinga.
Into sine problem nayo abo R100. Labo ke ababonakali awusheshi uyibone ukuthi fake.
Iphuma phi pho imali imbumbulu?
Ahlanganise lamaphepha akamnyama afake R100 yami phakathi from lapha iclean kwavela ama R100 ayi3.
Can I trust you, sister?
Oh man, I'm in the business of making money.
Ubese uthatha lo R100 lesimnike wona wawufaka emkhathini walamaphepha lamabili. Emva kwaloko uthethe stap lesimnyama wasigcobisa etikwalamaphepha. Emva kwekuyomisa le mali ubese usibuyisela lo R100 lesimnikete wona ekuqaleni. Uphinze wasibhanisela ngalomunye R100.
Welcome back. You're still watching Trendz. So the Joburg Ballet Theatre has announced the return of the classic La Traviata, which will be showcased for 10 performances later this month. Take a look.
La Traviata is a French name meaning the delicate one. And in this case, the delicate one is Shannon Glover, who plays the role of Camille, who dies because of love. The storyline is based on the 19th century tale of the Lady of the Camellias, a deeply moving portrait of a woman who sacrifices all for the man she loves. Joburg Ballet Artistic Director Ian McDonald tells us more about this production.
The Traviata for me is one of those beautiful, rare ballets that come along that touch people's hearts. I think it's right up there with the likes of a Romeo and Juliet. There's tragedy involved in it, but there's such beauty, and the work that Veronica Paper has choreographed is exquisite. I was fortunate enough to do the ballet quite a long time ago, and I was able to do these great pas de deux, and pas de deux meaning dancing together with your partner, and they are so emotional and so musical and so difficult. So when you come and watch the ballet, people, you need to appreciate how hard these ballets are. But the Traviata has a special place in my heart. It's because you're not a character, you are a man, and you've fallen in love with a woman. Most of the ballets that we do, say Cinderella, it's a fairy tale. So you've got to portray a character, you've got to be a prince. Whereas in La Traviata, it's about falling in love with this woman who is going to sacrifice everything for you because she believes in the relationship and the love that you have shared together.
La Traviata is choreographed by Veronica Paper, and it was last performed in Johannesburg to the public in 2008. La Traviata will this year lead all other productions that are yet to come for the ballet season.
I'm a young man that has left home for the first time, and I go into the city, and some friends of mine take me to a place of pleasure, and I meet Camille. Shannon plays Camille, and I fall in love with her, and she falls in love with me, and then my father thinks this is a very, very bad idea because a lady of pleasure is going to ruin his family name, and he asks her to leave me, which she does, and then we meet again, and we see how much we love each other, but then she actually is very sick and she dies in my arms.
These dancers say it is not so easy to be part of La Traviata, as this production requires a lot of energy and muscles.
Artistry is extremely important. You need to be able to tell a story. You must understand ballet is telling a story without words. So the tiny mannerisms, you need to be able to notice when Camille's thinking, when she's sad, when she's in love. So being able to pick up on those mannerisms are extremely important. And not only are we working on technique every day, you have to work on how you touch your partner, supposed to, just dancing steps. You need to touch him with care and with love, because that's your connection, that's your character you're playing. So I do think it all comes with experience. Like Michael's saying, he's done the role before, and I do think that helps, because he's done the role before. He can also give me, pinpointers on no, it's like this, or no, it's like that. So it's definitely takes a lot of work.
This moving and passionate production was originally created in Cape Town in 1990. The dance has also been presented in the United Kingdom in the past. La Traviata will officially open at the Joburg Ballet Theatre on the 31st of March until the 9th of April.
Nice one. So you are about to see a trailer of a film that I'm very excited to talk about. I have some of the creators of this film in studio, so take a look at this and we'll chat to them after the trailer.
Making it in America is already tough enough.
Santi, when I speak, what do you hear?
No, I've got it. I can just run along with it.
Trying to make it in Hollywood even tougher.
Dante, man. So sorry, man. Thanks for holding my spot.
Well, look, you better consider this as an investment for Hollywood.
Come on.
This is the big one right here. I'm talking about them Oscars.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are going to have to pass.
Two South Africans meet by chance.
These pictures are called headshots.
Hey, what was it for?
It was for a commercial, and I met this guy.
It says that he is single.
Yeah. Maybe I'll see you around.
New country, new city, and a Hollywood dream to chase.
Why here?
If I want to do this, I want to do it big.
You make me feel so good. I got the love for you.
I booked another one.
We're going to Hollywood, baby. If you make it, we all make it.
What?
Greg Morgan. We've been sitting here waiting. We're making a movie.
Crazy friends. Yeah. And the stress of each other.
Forget your mug. I'm the one that helps you with that.
It's just ridiculous.
Who has time for love?
Bailey.
What do you want?
I'm shooting a movie, man.
I'm alone, Ma.
Love by chance.
I deserve the best. Now please, put some respect on it.
Well, so I did say I'm so excited to talk about this next project. Great trailer. It is a film that's coming up starring Atandwa Kanye, as you saw, and also Altavisa Lawrence in the lead roles. Now, it deals with the tough beast that is cracking it in the entertainment industry, but more than that, trying out the hustle in a foreign country and also dealing with love and all its complexities. So I'm now joined by Alto, as I said, she's in studio, and also Dumi Gundi, who is the producer. Welcome to studio, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Also, I have to start with you. So we've kind of watched you grow and make it into, the public entertainment space. And here's this film. Looks great from the trailer. And so just tell us about the journey working on this film and how they called you up and said, hey, why not?
Well, we audition for these things. I'd like to think that's how it works.
Yeah.
Auditioned for it, things went well. You know what? You've got the job. And then I went abroad, and I was already working on something an international series in Cape Town.
Right.
And Atandwa was already there doing all the work. So when I met up, I had to play catch up. But it wasn't my first time there doing an international film. But what was different with this one is that I had South Africans there with me.
Yeah.
So as much as I missed home the last time, here there's someone that speaks like me that I can relate with on a personal level and on a whatever's going back home. We can chat about it.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel as lonely with this one.
Did you know Atandwa before?
We studied together.
Okay, awesome.
He was my senior.
Sure,
he was my senior.
Yeah.
But we're at the same varsity, so I'm just like, okay, I know what you're coming with. You're a Vitsi. We see one another on that level. So I really trust what he does, and I trust how he does, because I've seen so many plays that he's been in, so much of his work, So I trusted him, to hold my hand, and I'd like to think that he trusted me too on that level.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Dumi, welcome.
Thank you.
Award-winning producer behind amazing films such as Doris Peace. The last time you were here, I think we were talking Mrs. Right Guy, which is going to do amazing things not only in South Africa. So here's this project, a co-production. Tell us how, I mean, working with the likes of, is it Carl Anthony II?
Yeah.
Yeah, and who people might not know, but that's the guy who used to play Cole in Martin.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, how this movie came about actually was the result of Mrs. Right Guy. The director of the film, Samar Davis, is an American partner of ours. So after he came to the premiere of Mrs. Right Guy, he was like, hey, maybe we should do something along these lines. And basically this film is an experiment between American and South African talent, basically getting together and seeing what we can do as an experiment to see whether we can actually do this and make a real go at it and actually come up with a nice little product. And I think we've done that with this film.
Okay, so the experiment worked.
Yes.
The experiment worked, yes.
Okay. All right, Elsa, and take us through your character. Who do you play? What's her X factor? What is she all about?
I play Bailey Kingston, a South African, a woman from South Africa, going abroad, taking a chance and hoping to make it, who then falls in love with someone who's also from South Africa. And just when you think that, you know what, these two can make it, they fall apart. I think my X factor is my drive. I'm very, very driven, but I'm also realistic in this film where all the rejection, it's no is okay until no is all you hear.
Yeah,
and
but that happens to many people.
It does.
That happens to many people. And just what kind of, lessons, how are you portraying, the rejection to still bounce back and say, you know what, it's not about me, it's just because the director might want someone else.
Yeah, I think it was authentic. I'm an actor playing an actor trying to make it in America, which I am. So every time,
lots of parallels with your real life.
Yes. So every time I heard no, it was I've heard this no before, and then you hear the reason. I'm like, I've heard this reason before.
Right.
So what is it that I can do differently that'll make them say yes, finally? So it was a bit tough. It was tough, but I had to draw from a place that wasn't real, which is very, very real for us in South Africa.
Sure. Dumi, rom-coms, are they kind of like the way to go?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I think that's the latest trend right now.
Okay.
Is that if you look the last of like two and a half years,
yeah.
The audiences seem to like this kind of films.
Yeah, and that's why you're on Trendz.
And yes, and they seem to gravitate towards the sort of like lighter fare.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna keep making them until they tell us not to make them.
Okay.
And then but we'll continue to make different films. I mean, later this year we're releasing a psychological horror. So I mean, we're trying to make genre-driven films, and this one has caught on, and we'll continue to make them.
Awesome. Also, and the Americans, I mean, we can't say anything bad, of course, because they are part and parcel of this great production. But how was the reception there? I know other South Africans like Denise Simba are also in the film. But just, how was the reception, working together, bouncing off ideas with other, American actors and actresses?
It was great. I almost want to say surprisingly great. I think we went there. We do not have home ground advantage.
Right.
So the first thing you think is, they're not going to be too friendly.
Yeah.
But we got there and they're just like, welcome home.
Nice.
And they were so eager. They were curious, not ignorant. I know some people get, silly questions. Do you guys have internet? How do you guys get here?
No, never mind that. Still the questions about if we live in the jungle and if we have elephants all over.
Do you ride your elephant to work?
Yeah.
We didn't get that. It was such an honest exchange of the art and the love thereof.
Nice.
They weren't degrading us. We didn't feel like we were animals.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was a stranger.
Right.
We really, really felt welcomed, and they made it a point to, you know what, because I want to know, I'm going to ask, as opposed to assuming.
Yeah.
And you get invited to places, I've got this acting thing happening, come over. Let's exchange numbers. If something's happening there, let's keep in contact.
Nice.
So it was really, we met people before we met the people that you see on TV. That was beautiful.
And I think the great thing as well, when you get to see the film, is that like the South African actors actually hold their own with these American guys.
They're not intimidated.
Yeah, they're not intimidated. I think Alta does a great job. Denise does a great job. I mean, Atandra I mean, he carries this film,
Yeah.
and he goes toe to toe with these guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. I see
You know,
in the trailer already. He's so.
He goes toe to toe with these guys.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's fantastic. I mean, of
Sure.
course, you're great as well.
And I
As
know
a
he's
lead
gonna
lady.
thought I carried the film. I just want to know.
You know?
Yeah, you were like,
Did he have help?
hold on.
Yeah, of course it did. But I'm just saying, you know, that, like, he
Yes,
also
yes.
does a great job
Sure. Yes.
in this
Sure.
in this film. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
And so, social media, where can people get updates and all of that closer to the time when the film will be released?
Basically, the trailer goes live to the rest of the public on Tuesday. It's going to be on our Facebook page, Love by Chance Movie 2017, and then all the other Twitter, Instagram. I'm sorry, I'm too old for this stuff, so I don't really know the social media stuff. So basically that's where. But yeah, check out Facebook on Tuesday. Trailer and the official poster goes live.
Fantastic. And so basically this was an exclusive. This is the first interview you're doing, right?
It's the first interview
Awesome.
we're doing, and
Nice
also,
one.
yeah, the trailer.
First time they saw the trailer.
Awesome. Thank you so very much for coming through. I am looking forward to this. And yeah, people must just get online and check out everything closer to the time, and we will be at the premiere.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very
Thank you.
much.
Thank
We
you.
are going to break, but take a look at who you might have in studio with me after this.
City, hamba ngevura La Cruz, Kalamaju, hamba ngevura hamba ngevura Kalamaju, hamba ngevura Shke, hamba ngevura
In 2013, there were similar disturbances at this very facility, and it would seem to me that this time around the same issues that led to those disturbances are still prevalent.
This time around, funny enough, the 26, 27, 28 gangs ganged together and attacked officials, which is for us something that is very abnormal, and it has never happened.
Almost 23 years into our democracy, we are still confronted with a system that is as violent as in the dark days of apartheid.
The Department of Correctional Services has transformed from a prison system to a correctional system.
I've been arguing since time immemorial, and it doesn't help. When you argue with facts and you speak truth to power, justice and authority, then you are seen as being arrogant and confrontational. I came here because I've been around the block many times, and Mr. Modise is a seasoned correctional officer. He knows exactly what is going in there. He knows exactly what needs to be done. And he knows for the fact that the Department of Correctional Services can't do it all by themselves.
Welcome back. You're watching Trendz, and of course you saw that we have Sjava in studio. But before that, South African artist Michael Suboski is currently showcasing his first solo exhibition at the Goodman Gallery in Rosebank, Johannesburg, titled WYE. Suboski's 3-screen film installation treads the confusing terrain of the white male psyche. The exhibition comprises of fictional visions of the 19th century colonial history. Must be interesting.
A thought-provoking exhibition. The audience is taken on a journey through South Africa, Australia, and the heart of England. Accompanied by photographs abstracted from 3 films, this exhibition can somehow confuse viewers as the events portrayed here are fictional.
This is a solo exhibition by Mikhail called Why, and the bulk of it is a film installation that you can see behind me. It was actually commissioned by the Sherman Contemporary Art Foundation in Australia in Sydney. And the work is a very immersive installation, a 3-channel installation telling the stories of 3 different fictional characters.
Each film within WYE is named after a fictional character. The first is the story of a future Australian scientist. In the second film, we see the character of Harry, where his sense of self is disturbed by race relations. He decides he will migrate to Australia, assuming Australia has reconciled its own colonial past. While the final film, Lethbridge, stars John Nenkin as the implicitly racist 1820s settler. Nenkin is also the film's production designer.
It really explores a very kind of heartbreaking history of colonization, as well as a very problematic present and a corporeal kind of imagined future within these contexts. The important aspect, I think, to having it in South Africa was that it was commissioned by an Australian institution, and that was very kind of pertinent and personal in terms of the connection between Mikhail and Jean Sherman, who is the owner and director of the institution, but it's very much rooted in the South African experience.
Sapolsky's film, video and photographic works seek to concentrate on the relationship between social storytelling and the formal strategies of image making. Sapolsky's works have been exhibited and collected by the Museum of Modern Art and the Guggenheim in New York and many other museums across borders. This exhibition will be at the Goodman Gallery until April.
And so, a couple of weeks ago, we had the Metro FM Awards in South Africa, and I have in studio with us the guy who won the Best Produced Album, that's Java, and he's here in studio to tell us about his breakthrough, all he's been doing in the industry to get to the point where he is. But before I chat with him and his other fellow stablemates, he is going to perform his latest single from his album, and the single is titled Uthando. Take it away, Java.
Ambewaze washonila shonila mama Thando lwangempela Thando lwangempela Thando lwame Ngisize we Ngisize mama Impendulo yami Ngokuthando lungehlule Thando lungehlule mama Thando ngiyabonga ngigeza izandla Inhliziyo yami suyiphendula into yokudlala Thando yini lena ufuna kimi Thando yini ngempela loyifuna kimi Ngoba enhlangane nabo bonke mina bathandile Awuthoka ubuhlungu nengibathembile bangiphoxile Yazi kubuhlungu uthanda umuntu Tumnika uthando lwakho and they don't appreciate it They just don't appreciate it Uthanda lbolima Tabadlale ngothando lwakho ayangibasoli Vele kunjalo Ukungazi kufana nokungabongewe Washonilanga mama Washonilanga mama Thando lwangempela Thando lwangempela Badala ngami Lwame Ngisize we Ngisize mama Impendulo yami Ngokuthando lungehlule Thando lungehlule mama Hindumbone ngithemba umuntu Hindumbone ngithanda umuntu Yelele
streets and poverty did not deter Mpumi's success.
Being an orphan or coming from poverty or having seen what HIV and AIDS does to a person that you love takes nothing away from you. It means that you are part of a selective few who have had to face a very, very marginalized struggle.
Abuse is a lonely journey that needs compassion.
I came across as a very confident, ambitious person, but behind that mask was somebody who had serious anxiety problems, a person who had knots in their stomach continuously, a person who could be in company and would feel very lonely.
Being away from his birth country did not stop his hunger to succeed.
Boxing was the way out. Turning professional would give me an income. That was the solution to the problems I've had for so many years.
For more inspiring stories, join Bupulong every Friday at 17:30.
You're watching Trendz, and so in studio I have 2016's hit track Vura artist with us today. Now this track went viral, people downloaded, people went crazy over it ever since the end of 2016. Now DJ City Lights is not new to creating hit songs. He came in with the release of Washa, featuring the then ambitious entertainment family. Kind of changed a little bit now, but we'll get into all of that soon. And he's done it again with Saudi and Sjava. Now Sjava dropped his career in the film industry for music, and 2016 saw him joining the ambitious entertainment stable and the release of his debut album Asina Muva. Saudi dropped the video for his single She Loves Me, and 2017 is definitely off to a great start for these guys. And yeah, I'm so glad to have you all in studio. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. My first question has to be, who here drives a Vura? And explain for people. Look, of course, you know, our market might be a little bit different. So for people in the rest of the continent who might not know what a Vura is, what is that, my guy?
A Vura is a Golf 3 VW car.
Okay. Yeah. So what was it about this? I mean, what is it about this car? I mean, I guess the same way that Casper did Gusheshe. But was it that kind of thing to say, you know what, this is a cool ride. It's the one that's gotten us babes over the years. Let's do a track about it.
Yeah, it's got its own life in the hood.
Right.
If I can say so, you know. It's got its own life in terms of like, there's so many experiences I have, you know, from Evora. We have seen it being a car that I could say maybe guys that you look up to in the hood have, you know.
Right.
Being a car that girls like in the hood.
Were you surprised though at how quickly everybody just took to it and it became a hit?
No, I wasn't surprised because I knew that a lot of people will relate.
Yeah. And the beat is just crazy.
Yeah, shout out to Ralph, Lunatic and Beast Boy.
Yeah.
They did the most on the beat, so
nice one.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, Sjava, you've just performed for us. Thank you very much. Your single is Uthando. Your album is out. You're looking fresh, man. Red and white.
Thanks.
Yeah, the look. So what's coming up for you? What's going on? How has 2016 been for you? Because I'm sure it's just been crazy.
It's been amazing. You know, it's been amazing. I appreciate everything that's happening. You know, and my album came out. It's Asina Muva.
Asina Muva. Sorry, yes.
So amazing things have been happening. You know, people are showing it love. You know, people understand what is it that I'm trying to do with this music. You know what I mean? They're receiving it exactly the way I wanted them to receive it. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Because of the content, obviously, on the album, things that I talk about, you know what I mean? Like Sidi just said, about to relate, you know, we make music
that's relatable,
so that they can relate to it. Because at the end of the day, say abantu, say fun, you know what I mean? So we don't want to have that gap with, okay, we are on TV doing this is how we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We still get a rush like every
you are human. And one thing actually, when you say that, I'm looking at the three of you, and I mean, even Saudi sitting there, and you're so soft-spoken, Sjava. Is this your off-stage personas? Are you such chilled guys? Because when you guys get up on stage and you're amping up crowds, you transform. So is this who you are when we're just having regular coffee?
Yeah, we don't have like different characters. This is how we are.
Yeah.
And when you're on stage performing, obviously something takes over, you know, and it's not just standing there and singing.
Nice.
You know, so obviously there will be those differences in terms of energy and other things, but we are Polile, so yeah.
Okay, Sadi. You're the guy who's your style of music. You say it's Japan 4.
Yeah, Japan 4.
What does that mean? Please break it down for everybody who's watching.
It just means like it's just a fusion of all popular contemporary music in the world and in South Africa as well.
Right.
And a more progressive version of that fusion.
Nice.
That's what Japan 4
Have
is.
you been to Japan? Because it's a completely amazing, eclectic city. And I guess, okay, you draw the inspiration from there, but have you been there to actually experience it?
No, but my shoes been to Japan.
Your shoes are made in Japan.
My shoes been to Japan.
Okay, you're a work in progress. I'm sure you'll get there. You know what I mean?
My shoes got there.
Yeah. Okay, nice one. So, guys, what's next? DJ City Lights 2015 was when Washa came out, no? Okay. It still plays in my car. I will actually admit. Nice one. You know what I mean? So, and other than that, you know, what's coming out? I mean, it's awesome that you still have a song played. Well, that was released in 2015. That's still banging. So, what are you working on? Where are you performing? What can people expect from you in 2017?
2017, I'm gonna re-up the song that I dropped last year, Shishiliza, which was a teaser after Washa, you know. So as soon as that is in place, which I think is going to be in a few weeks, we will be working on Shishiliza, pushing more Shishiliza until the next single drops. So I'm still ride with Java and my homie Crazy, and that I feature on the song, so it's going to be lit. It's still going to be nice. Yeah.
Okay. Before you guys go, I do have to ask though, are things settled, chilled? What's going on at Ambitious Entertainment?
Yo, I gotta say, just right quick, Drugs Inc. dropping 2017 as my debut project. Off of Ambitious Entertainment. That's our debut project. The best album ever. Look out for Drugs Inc. 2017.
Drugs Inc.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely, you'll be here to perform before it drops. You know what I mean? But are things chilled at home? I mean, are you guys cool? Beef is settled?
No,
Can
we
you
good.
comment?
Like, no, we family, you know.
Okay.
We good with family, and we kids that get naughty and disciplined.
And families fight and siblings fight. It does happen.
And we living our lives to the most. So.
Okay, were you performing soon, Java? Any performance dates? Any?
There's a whole lot of those. But my name to a point that I can't really say, okay, Sasa, this and that, you know. Sure. But all I know is
Twitter,
there's a few
Instagram,
that I know. Major League Gardens. I'm gonna be there. And there's one that's done by my Huta Rodman. It's gonna be a Taboo. I'm there as well. And the song that I just performed has a video out.
Nice one.
So I told them on YouTube and just
Tando music video out.
And really understand the whole story. So
Last thing though, I don't know, any one of you can answer. Maybe Saudi. You know, for any young guy, girl looking at you guys now. A few years ago, you guys weren't being interviewed by everyone. You weren't on red carpets. What's your, what can you say to them who admire you guys so much?
Just be patient and be yourself. You deserve it. Just be patient.
Okay. All right.
True.
Thank you so very much, guys. I'm looking forward to having you perform.
And can people look forward?
Of course.
Can people look forward to Shishiliza as
Shishiliza,
well?
and that comes out when?
Very soon. It's out yet.
Okay.
It's been out since last year. But we're just gonna read up and just make it a bit more.
Nice one. Thank you so very much.
Drugs Inc.
Yes. DJ City Lights, Java, Saudi. Thank you so very much, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right. So the producers of Godzilla reimagined the origins of one of the most powerful monster myths of all, Kong Skull Island. Now, this compelling original adventure tells the story of a diverse team of scientists, soldiers, and adventurers uniting to explore a mythical, uncharted island in the Pacific, as dangerous as it is beautiful. Take a look, but before you do, remember we're having a competition question after the insert, so do take note.
This is a satellite photo of an uncharted island in the South Pacific, a place where myth and science meet.
Kong is being reconceived as a myth come to life. This film will be an immersive spectacle. You got Kong that's 100 feet tall. It really has to be seen in IMAX.
The whole movie just gets taken to the next level watching it in IMAX. You really just lose yourself.
What the hell is this place?
It tells this incredible story of man versus nature.
You came here looking for a tracker. Who or what am I tracking?
I've been looking for this island for years. Get us home with proof. Monsters exist.
The island isn't just a place that looks specifically like one thing. As you continue to travel through it, you see the variations.
It's never been touched. You don't know what to expect.
Like any natural jungle, there are predators.
You don't go into someone's house and start dropping bombs unless you're picking a fight.
Kong is killing his men, so it becomes his mission.
It's time to show that man is king.
He's not an animal, he's not a beast, he's a being. And it's just something that we don't understand yet. Magnificent.
He is truly monstrous in size and scale and scope.
When people step foot on this island, their first visceral response is to look at that thing and say, that's a god.
That's the big one.
I hope the film inspires wonder and awe.
Kong Skull Island takes you to a different world where things are beautiful and terrifying all at the same time.
It's IMAX and it's 3D, it's huge, and we're talking about one of the greatest myths of all time.
Run! It's a good group of boys. We're all gonna die together out here. You should have come here.
Experience it in IMAX 3D.
Aspan, so that is definitely not one to miss. We are giving away hampers along with a set of double tickets to see the film. To enter, tell us simply the name of the director of the film. So very easy. Tweet your answer to @Trendz on SABC. Now, you saw the guys are busy behind me. They're all set to take things away. I've just interviewed them. This was one of the biggest tracks in 2016. This is Vura by DJ City Lights, Java and Saudi.
Hambanga Vura, La Guru, Kalamachu, Hambanga Vura, Hambanga Vura, Vura, Kalamachu, Hambanga Vura, Hambanga Vura, Kalamachu, Hambanga Vura, La Guru, Hambanga Vura, Kalamachu, Hambanga Vura, Yena Hambanga Vura, Bafana Soweto Bangvum, Petit Malinga Yukupta, Hambanenga Negazu, Drami, Kodunga SABC Sikonima, Tanda no sex, Javagaku, Tadu Zonkipe Bantu, Shalapantu Bopu Pondosi, Puleli City Yadurasi, Shelly Panty Fagi PPS, Big Booty Sexy Mommy Way, Shelly Panty Fagi PPS, Bring up Pofu Way, Shelly Panty Fagi PPS, Booga, Vura, Kalamachu, Hambanga Vura, Hambanga Vura, La Guru, Kalamachu, Hambanga Vura, Hambanga Vura, Hambanga Vura, Hambanga Vura, Hambanga Vura, Hambanga Vura, Hambanga Vura. Ambange Vura Passenger sihlali occupy Phethe umntwana oyelo Passenger sihlali occupy phethe umntwana oyelo hamba ngefuro hamba ngefuro hamba ngefuro hamba ngefuro hamba ngefuro ngamba ngevura skimma bovundra spella everywhere we go but sonipha too much her head game crazy I suspect she got a tumor can't explain why I'm paid mangakutshela banganginquma once upon a time ekazilam being a plus yeah we in the slums yeke bena makheba phaya gave me an envelope athi ngiyakuthuma bathi ngiyise kubaba unquma somatekisi yomunye onemali ngajabula envelope look at the money screw for a pull up in jam we start passenger idushe ligqoka imascara yithi sithethe ubhutshwa lana emakasi.
Gift of the Giver says it wants to resolve the issue diplomatically and amicably so.